Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to tell you how Kylo Ren got his lightsaber. As everyone knows, it's an extremely unique lightsaber hilt and one of my favorites in the entirety of Star Wars. But the most interesting part about this, and something that a lot of people don't know, is this is actually Ben Solo's lightsaber that he used in the flashbacks. The same lightsaber that he used in the very brief duel against Luke Skywalker in the flashbacks from The Last Jedi. Ben Solo, before he was Kylo Ren, built this lightsaber under the teachings of his former master and uncle, Luke Skywalker. As we know, this weapon originally had a blue blade. This was of course until after his turn to the dark was completed. After Kylo destroys Luke's temple and runs off with some of his students, he uses an ancient dark side method of changing a lightsaber color to red. This process is called bleeding. I have actually done a video on the lightsaber bleeding process and how dark side users get their red crystals. It's a very interesting process and a very interesting video. If you want to go check that out, I'll link it in the description. The only problem Kylo Ren faced when doing this process was Kylo's soul was not completely given to the dark side yet. He was extremely conflicted. This is a very common theme throughout the sequel trilogy with Kylo's character, and it affected the process of bleeding the crystal. He was able to bleed the crystal and turn it red, but was not able to fully complete the process. And just as his soul and personality were unstable, the crystal took that form as well. At first, Kylo made no modifications to the hilt of Ben Solo's lightsaber, but when Kylo first ignited the blade, the crystal was so unstable that flares would come off of the blade, sometimes injuring Kylo when using the saber. He knew he had to make some major adjustments to the hilt if he was going to use this extremely unstable crystal. The idea of an unstable crystal and also the visual of it is super cool, by the way. Just another very interesting thing added on to Kylo Ren's character in the form of an aesthetic. He needed to make vents on the hilt of the saber to allow some of the crazy amounts of unstable energy to leak out. It needed to leak out before coming to the top of the hilt all at once, making it too dangerous to use without the vents. He also wanted to make it aesthetically pleasing, as all Force users want their hilts to be. Darkside users focus on the aesthetic of their hilts way more than light side users do. He came up with the idea of a cross guard blade to make it look good and also be effective at the same time at letting the energy of the crystal escape out of the vents. The reason the rest of the hilt looks so worn down and used is because it is his old saber. He also made many changes and modifications to the hilt to make it look more like a dark side saber than before. It also looks so worn down because of his brute force fighting style that beats up the saber hilt over time, and he used the saber so often. So while Kylo Ren's saber is one of the coolest ever in Star Wars, his journey to creating the saber is also one of the most interesting as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the break from all the theories and fan fictions that I've been doing and doing a more informative video. If you did like it, make sure you let me know in the comments and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I hope to see you on the next one.